Hi, boys and girls. Welcome back to Miss Katie's Corner. For today's episode, we're going to be doing a read aloud. And I wanted this read aloud because it's Earth Day this week, this Wednesday. I wanted the read aloud to be a book specifically on Earth Day. And I had ordered one off of Amazon, and I was really excited for it to come in and for me to make it a special read aloud for you all. However, it didn't turn out that the book came in time. It got held up. And that's okay because I have another book that it touches on different parts of Earth Day. And you know what? I think it might even be better of a book than the one I originally had planned. The book that I have today is called What If Everybody Did That? And I just want to take a second to look at the cover. Let me turn down the brightness on my screen so it doesn't give a glare. What if everybody did that? Think of some I wonder questions you might have based on the cover of this book. By the way, the author is Ellen Javernick. And it's illustrated, let's see, by Colleen M. Madden. I wonder why this boy, if he's the main character, why he's choosing to throw his trash on the ground. That's my I wonder question. I wonder if the reason why this man and this dog seem angry is because this boy is throwing trash on the ground. I also wonder if he's going to learn a lesson from this. Let's take a look inside of the book. What If Everybody Did That? By Ellen Javernick. What if everyone did that? If everybody did that. The book is dedicated to Mike, Becky, Andy, Matt, Lisa, and their families. When we went to the zoo, I fed just a little of my popcorn to the bear. The zookeeper waved his broom and said, "What if everybody did that?" "Hey!" he shouts. "Please do not feed the bears." So what if everybody threw just a tiny piece of popcorn, just a little bit of their popcorn to the bears? The bears would be flooded with all of this food. Oh my goodness, look how round their bellies are, right? So if one person's actions, if one person decides to do something that may not be great and they think, well, it's just a little bit of popcorn, what if everybody did that? What if everybody made that same decision and said, well, it's just a little bit of a donut, it's just one donut, or just a small steak, or just one cookie, or a taco, or one piece of pizza? What if everybody did that? Start to think how this book might be related to Earth Day. I have faith that all of you are going to be able to make that connection. I just wanted to see how fast the grocery cart would go. It went faster than I expected. When the manager stopped me, she said, "What if everybody did that?" Oh my goodness. On the page, if you've noticed, there is a bit of a pattern. So on this page is what the boy's doing and what somebody who catches him said, "What if everybody did that?" And on the next page is what would happen if everybody actually did that. Look at that grocery store. Oh my goodness. It would be a mess. You'd have people's eggs, oh no, their eggs flying out of their carton. You would have pickles out of the jars and chaos and people screaming and blueberries everywhere. It would be a mess. And you know what? Maybe for a moment you would be like, oh my goodness, this is funny. But then after that, I don't think it would be very funny anymore. because nobody would get the right food that they wanted and people might actually get hurt, and that's definitely not funny. On the way to visit Grandma and Grandpa in Kansas, I dropped just one soda can out of the window. The patrolman pulled us over and said, "What if everybody did that?" What if everybody threw their cans out of their cars as they were driving? Instead of, think back to my poetry lesson. What was my word that I used for my acrostic poem? Recycle, right. What if everybody did that instead of recycling? Oh my goodness, we would have a mess everywhere. You know, the beautiful playground that we have at school would be covered in trash, right? Our beautiful front lawn and the yard that we get to look at, it would be covered in trash. The fronts of your yards, people would be throwing things out of their windows, it would be covered in trash. What if everybody did that, right? That one small action that you make that you say, well, I just did, it's just a little bit. Nobody else is going to do it, only me. But what if everybody did do that? So we start to think about how this relates to Earth Day, because we say, well, what if nobody recycled and everybody just threw their cans out? The landfills would be filled, up to the sky, and there wouldn't be any room left. And it would smell more like trash than anything, right? Nobody wants that, right? We want to live in a nice, clean Earth. We want to keep our Earth beautiful as it is right now. So begin to think about, and we'll talk about it at the end, how even more this can relate to Earth Day. At Uncle William's wedding, I took just a little lick of the frosting from the fancy cake. The lady behind the table glared at me over her glasses and said, "What if everybody did that?" What if everybody did that? Oh my goodness, you would have people's handprints and chunks taken out of their cake. Do you think that that would make the bride happy? Thumbs up if you think that would make the bride happy, or thumbs down if you think it would make her sad. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Thumbs down. And even the groom too, right? She's crying, but I bet the groom's really upset. Or the man, right? Not very happy. So our little actions that we take, this is really similar to the book that we read in class, What Should Danny Do, right? Because the decisions that we make affect other people, and they affect the way that our day goes as well. I told the babysitter that I took a bath just once a year. As she shooed me into the bathroom, she said, "What if everybody did that?" Oh my goodness, boys and girls. What if everybody only took a bath once a year? Do you see the people in that portrait? Oh boy, I know I would not want to share a seat on the bus next to them. Everybody needs to take baths every day. And if not every day, at least soon. Multiple times a week. This is one of my favorite pages. During story time, I had something important to say. I just couldn't wait till the end of the story. The librarian put her finger to her lips and said, "What if everybody did that?" I gotta go potty. Why can't we read one of those other books? I've already heard this one. My mom said that recycling is a very good thing, and we do it in my house. And once I'm so hungry. How much do you weigh? I can touch my toes, see? Boys and girls, what if everybody decided to share? They have something really important to say, and they just couldn't wait until the end. What if everybody did that? We would never be able to read a story, right? And boys and girls, I have to say, You all are very, very good at holding your thoughts until the end and raising your hand if you have something to say. Our story time doesn't look like this, but what if it did? My goodness, it would be a mess, right? But like I said, I'm very lucky to have you all as my students because, oof, you make story time a breeze. While we sat in the car waiting for Dad, I honked the horn. I just honked a few times, but Mr. Thompson came to his door. He shook his head and said, "What if everybody did that?" Beep, beep. What if everybody decided to honk their horn just a few times? Oh my goodness, it would be so loud. Nobody would be able to hear anything over those horns. At the swimming pool, I just splashed a little. The lifeguard blew his whistle and said, "What if everybody did that?" Boys and girls, look at that pool. Is there any water left in that pool? I'll give you another look. No. If everybody splashed in the pool, there wouldn't be any water left to swim in. So we get to start to think about, what if everybody did those little things that we say, oh, nobody will notice because it's just a little bit bad, right? But what if everybody did that? It would add up to something really terrible. Like during the middle of the summer, not having any water to splash in or play in. On the bus, I just stood up to see the fire truck. Mr. Gearshift glared at me in the rearview mirror and said, "What if everybody did that?" Oh my goodness, boys and girls, what if everybody stood up on the bus? Look at that bus tipping over. It's really important that we stay in our seats, right? Sit down. Woof, woof. Just once, I didn't hang my coat on the rack at school. Miss Sanders made me pick it up and said, "What if everybody did that?" Oh my goodness. Now, boys and girls, I know sometimes when we're at school, sometimes our coat falls off of our hook, and it's not always our fault and it was an accident. But we always have to, and the kind thing to do is if we see somebody's coat on the floor that fell, we can pick it up. But if we notice that one person doesn't put their coat away or a few people don't do it every single day, if everybody decided not to put their coats away and make sure it's clean in the cubby area, then look at that mountain of mess that we would have. And that would be really unsafe if somebody had to walk over there. So it's really important to remember and to think about how our decisions, how we make one decision that we might say, oh, it's just a little bit bad. Well, if everybody else did that and we made it fair that everybody acted the same way, we would have chaos, right? At recess, I threw just one snowball at Sammy. Mr. Walters saw me. When he sent me to stand by the wall, he said, "What if everybody did that?" Oh my goodness. You would have poor students crying and upset and people getting hurt and cold. When we went out for dinner, I just shot one straw wrapper. The waitress stopped taking our orders and looked straight at me. She said, "What if everybody did that?" Oh my goodness, look at that restaurant. It would be chaos. It would be such a mess. After the football game, I just ran onto the field to get the quarterback's autograph. The official waved his arms and said, "What if everybody did that?" They wouldn't be able to finish the game. Look at all the people on the field. How would we know who won if everybody just wanted to get an autograph? They wouldn't be able to finish the game. When I came home, I gave my mom a hug. What if everybody did that? Everybody should. I love this book, and I'll also show you the back because it has a different picture on it, because it really makes us think about how the actions that we take, how it affects everybody else. And if everybody decided to do the same thing that we were doing, that things could get really crazy. But what if everybody, I love the way that this book ends, because what if everybody decided to do something great? Like every time they came home, they hugged their mom or dad or grandma or grandpa or auntie or uncle. That would be a wonderful thing. So I think that this book really does relate to Earth Day, and you can connect it to Earth Day, because what if everybody did that? What if everybody took their plastic water bottles and their cardboard and their paper and their tin and they recycled them? What if everybody did that? Would the landfills have less trash in them? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumbs up if you think yes, they'd have less trash. Thumbs down if you think no, they wouldn't. I agree. Thumbs up. You think that they'd have less trash because more things would be recycled and we'd have more pretty bags like this. I've actually even seen shirts at stores that have been made out of recycled newspapers and cardboard that's ground really finely, and they can make clothing out of it. They can make bed sheets and pillowcases. They can make so many different things out of it. And it's really great because that means that we're protecting our earth and we're taking care of our earth, so that every Earth Day we can celebrate what a great job we're doing and continuing to take care of our earth. So I hope you all enjoyed this read aloud. What if everybody did that? This is one of my favorites, and I will absolutely bring this into class because I have a feeling this is one that we'd want to read again. So I hope that you enjoyed it, and I will see you in tomorrow's video, which tomorrow will be celebrating actual Earth Day. And I have a fun surprise that's going to be outdoors. That's a hint that we're going to be doing for the next episode. So I hope that you're all having a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye for now.